Here.
And Deputy Clerk Dorncamp here. Notice is hereby given that the Montezuma County Board of Commissioners will hold a public hearing for review and determination of an after-the-fact special use permit application for a wireless and internet cell tower project submitted by Farmers TelephoneCompany, Inc., agents Shawn Sanders Terry Hinds on property located in the right-of-way of Road J, Cortez, Colorado, located south of Road J, east of South Sligo Street, situated in section 36, township 36 north, range 16 west, N.M.P.M. The hearing will be held Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021 at 9 a.m. in the Commissioner's Hearing Room, Montezuma County Administration Offices, 109 West Main Street, Cortez, Colorado. Interested persons may attend and give input. Information may be obtained from the Planning and Zoning Office online service at https://co.smartgovcommunity.com/public/home. You may also contact the Planning Department at 970-565-2801 with questions. Dated the 5th day of November, 2021. Kim Purcell, Clerk, Board of County Commissioners, Montezuma County, published in the Journal on Wednesday, November 10th, 2021.
Okay, thank you, Lynn. Don, gentlemen, if you'd like to come forward.
Hang on while we get shuffled in here. So Farmers is looking for an after-the-fact special use permit for a communication tower on Road J, Point 7th Street extended. They went through Circle Z initially for the permits. Circle Z got with Road and Bridge and got a right-of-way access permit through Road and Bridge, but nobody was aware they needed to get a special use permit per the land use code. So the tower's up, but no antennas or electrical components have been completed yet on it. It's basically serving Cruzan's PUD in that area, plus the adjacent properties for cell and wireless internet.
Okay.
About it?
Yep, that's it. Not cell phone service, just regular internet and telephone service. Jay approached us for this neighborhood. He couldn't get the incumbent to call him back, so he was kind of under the gun, had his trenches open. We had originally were going to put fiber in that neighborhood, but you know that would be utilizing the fiber that we're going to talk about later at a later date, the county fiber. So there was a lot of confusion on that. So he had to close his trenches up. So we kind of redirected and put the tower in to cover his neighborhood. If this tower doesn't go up, he's not going to have phone service and internet service for that neighborhood. So it's pretty important. Unfortunately, the incumbent has decided anything less than about 50 homes they're not going to serve, which is in violation of their FCC standards, but I guess they're getting away with it. So I'm sorry that I didn't realize that we had to do that. I was thinking, you know, conditional use permit was for cell towers. This didn't really fall under that. It won't happen again, I can assure you.
What it will service more than just these 35 lots though, right?
It could, yeah. Right now we can service it. The thing is he wanted gig type speeds. So really, when we talk about gig speeds, you've got about 700 feet from the tower location, and there's just no other way we could do it without putting the tower right there.
Gotcha.
So that'll be our first, Montezuma County's first gig neighborhood.
Okay. Do you have anything else to add, Shawn?
The radio that we're going to be putting up there to service that gig speed, it's about 700 to 800-ish feet away. But we're going to also be able to service the homes to the east and west of it as best we can with faster speeds than what are available to most of those neighborhoods as of right now. The incumbent says they can give up to 20 meg, and they're delivering about 1.5 megabit per second. So it's going to be a dramatic improvement for a lot of those neighborhoods.
Okay. Question? Gentlemen?
This is a temporary tower, right? A portable tower?
No.
No, it's
Oh, okay.
permanent.
This one's permanent. The next ones we'll put up throughout the county will be, temporary. Ballasted towers is what they call them now.
It's almost like an Empire Electric
Yeah.
telephone pole, except for it's not wood, it's.
That's correct. It's a steel
and
tower.
there's nothing on it right now. I
No.
actually drove down there and looked at it this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a big flag, American flag on there.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Jay asked me to put a
But there's
different flag
nothing-
on there, but I don't think it'd be appropriate.
There's nothing up there right now. Okay, well then we will open this meeting up for public comment. Anybody wishing to speak for or against this application, come to the podium, and you have 3 minutes to address the board. Okay, seeing no public comment, we'll close this session, and I will bring it back to the commissioners.
I don't have any problem with it. Road department have any problems? Anybody?
No,
No.
they signed off on their
They-
right of way.
Yeah, they permitted it.
Yeah, probably
permitted through the road
3, 4
department.
months ago.
Yeah, back in August.
I move we grant the after-the-fact special use permit for a wireless internet cell tower, Farmers Telephone Company.
No, I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to accept the after-the-fact special use permit application for a wireless and internet cell tower project submitted by Farmers Telephone Company Incorporated, agent Shawn Sanders and Terry Hinds on property located in the right-of-way of Road J, Cortez, Colorado, located south of Road J, east of South Sligo Street. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, thank you, commissioners, and you guys have a great Thanksgiving, and whatever you do, be really safe, would you?
Yeah. And I will close this public hearing.
There we go. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We need to just make sure that the road department sends people through the proper channels from now on, so we don't have the after-the-fact stuff. They should have sent them to you guys first.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they were asleep at the wheel that day or what, but
So do we have, I mean, I agree with Commissioner Stevenson, within our own departments, we should have some kind of a notification,
like a land use code?
well, that says that anything in the right-of-way that they're going to permit, such as a tower, has to first go through planning before they can permit it. I mean, how do we, that sounds like an interdepartment thing
Yeah.
that we need to figure out so that we don't.
Sounds like everybody should be hooked into the work orders on the SmartGov Dude Solutions.
So
We've
that-
got
If it's
software
put
to
in
do
the-
that.
If it's put in the SmartGov, then it
Yeah,
will
I'm
pop
not
up.
sure if they just were going through the motions, because everything else is a buried utility they ever deal with.
Yeah.
Correct, and if it was a buried utility, it wouldn't matter. However, when it says the word tower on it, that's a totally different.
It
it's a totally
should
different
stand out, yeah.
definition.
I emailed them when I heard of it, so they're fully aware.
Okay, Shaq, put that down as an agenda item for the next department head meeting, that we can actually have a conversation within our department. Please? Okay, all right.
And we will get you that document for signature this morning.
Sounds good. And let's see, 9:10, actually, we're there.
Yep.
We're 9:10, we can
And
get
they're on
going.
Zoom.
Okay, we do have a continuation for the next meeting, and I believe we still need to call roll, so, Lynn? Sorry. We get in a habit, and it's,
Yeah, I
I
know.
have to look down there. Lynn?
Commissioner Candelaria,
Here.
Commissioner Lindsay,
Here.
Commissioner Stevenson,
Here?
Administrator Powers,
Here.
Attorney McLaren,
Here.
and Chief Deputy Dorringham's here.
And I would actually go ahead and just read the notice just for everybody out there. I know it's a continuance, but I think it's probably best just for the sake of, so everybody understands what we're doing, just do the complete.
Continuing from November 16th, notice is hereby given that the Montezuma County Board of County Commissioners will hold a public hearing for review and determination a proposed two-lot moderate subdivision and AR 3-9 rezoning application submitted by Brumley Family Ranch LLC on property located at 16440 Road 30 in Dolores, Colorado, consisting of 46.94 acres more or less, located east of Road 30, south of Highway 184, situated in Section 22, Township 37 North, Range 15 West, N.M.P.M. The hearing will be held Tuesday, November 23rd, November 23rd, 2021 at 9:10 a.m. Commissioners Hearing Room, Montezuma County Administrative Offices, 109 West Main, Cortez, Colorado. Interested persons may attend and give input. Information may be obtained from the Planning Office online service at https://co.co.smartgovcommunity.com/public/phone. You may also contact the Planning Department at 970-565-2801 with questions dated this 16th day of November 2021. Temple Sulphur, Board of County Commissioners, Montezuma County, Colorado. Originally published in the Journal on Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021.
Okay, thank you, Lynn. Okay, Don,
Yeah,
looks
so
like we do have two
This
people on
is
Zoom
a
with us.
continued discussion from last week pertaining to the 60-foot access utility easement on the southwest corner of the property. Previously, it was I don't know, 50, 60 feet north of the property line. Mainly that was for better access and visibility, but per the discussion, it's now been moved adjacent to the south property line, which is depicted on the revised preliminary plat from the surveyors.
Okay, so we've gotten rid of that 1 acre no man's land down there, or half, I don't know what it was, but is
Yeah.
that still,
Well,
is that?
it wasn't separate piece of property, because all of this is still on the 35 acres. It's
Right,
just
yeah.
the easement.
Right. So now we have a 60-foot easement up to the north,
Mm-hmm.
well, 80-foot, 60-foot? Correct? Is that following that old fence line? Is that what I'm seeing? Because it changes to 80 feet, or is that 60 feet? 60 feet? Okay,
Oh, the one that separates the two parcels, yeah.
okay. All right,
And the applicants are on Zoom.
okay, Sandy T., would you
Yes.
like to go first? Do you have anything to add?
No, we just moved that easement down to the south 60 feet of the 35 acres that's remaining.
Okay. April?
I couldn't hear you.
April, do you have anything to add?
I'm sorry, I'm still not hearing you.
Chairman Candelaria was asking if somebody logged in as April had anything to add.
Oh, okay. I don't know that she has a microphone.
Okay. Well, then, we'll go ahead and proceed, since you don't have anything else to add, so I'll bring it back here for questions or comments from the commission before I open it to...
It just cleaned it up. I mean, there's not that no man's land down there on the south end.
No, they cleaned it up. That's what we asked them.
Okay, well, then I will open this up to public comment. Anybody wishing to speak for or against this application, please come forward, state your name and address for the record, and you may address the board. Okay, seeing no public comment, I will close this session of this meeting. I'll bring it back to the commissioners for a decision. Gentlemen.
I would move that we approve the two-lot moderate subdivision AR 3-9 rezoning application submitted by Brumley Family Ranch LLC on property located at 16440 Road 30, Dolores, Colorado.
Second.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded to accept a proposed two-lot moderate subdivision and AR 3-9 rezoning application submitted by the Brumley Family Ranch LLC on property located at 16440 Road 30, Dolores, Colorado, consisting of 46.94 acres more or less. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, sir, there you go.
Thank you.
And I will close this public hearing.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else for us?
That's all we've got, other than just having that special use permit signed here shortly.
Okay.
Just whenever you get it or get it ready, just bring it in and we'll take care of it.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Next on our agenda, we have our public comment session. The Board of County Commissioners welcomes you to this meeting. Persons speaking during the public comment will be limited to 3 minutes, or depending on the number of people wishing to speak, it may be reduced to allow all members of the public the opportunity to address the board. When addressing the board, please state your name and address for the record prior to providing your comments. And comments to individual supervisors or staff are not permitted, and participants may not yield their time. And at this time, the public comment session is open.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Louis, Colorado. Okay. Good morning.
Good
Dexter
morning.
Gale, Road 22, Lewis, Colorado. Just a couple of question or two. The recent request for input for county taxes raised some questions in some people's minds, particularly mine. It just something to consider is what there was reference to filling state mandates. What are the state mandates that we actually fund here in the county that are unfunded by the state? They're telling us to do it, but they ain't going to give you any money to do it. So what are those, and how much are we funding of those state mandates? And with that, kind of a review of what is the county's responsibility to actually fund according to our state constitution. And kind of the last 20 months has kind of put a sour taste in our mouth by state mandates. So we need to take a very hard look at that. As we look at economic times around us coming, maybe we should be looking at staying within our income rather than finding ways to do what the state tells us to do. So look at what is our needs for the future, not our wants. We have a lot of people coming in that have different wants than what our needs historically have been. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alan Mays, 21693 County Road 21. And thank you again for allowing us to give some input. Yesterday, I listened to Boulder County County Health, and they're getting a little carried away up in that metro area up there. And I know that they're pushing for some COVID mandates that are pretty restrictive. And there were 1,000 people on the Zoom meeting that got in to listen because of what they're hearing Boulder County, Larimer County, Denver area are doing. And I'm worried that it's going to push down into our rural counties. And so I would hope that our county will try to block some of those things. Again, as Dexter was saying, talking about mandates, that's what these are mandates. They're not laws, but they are being put onto the public, and the public is running with them, especially in some of these areas where they think they can get away with stuff, more not thinking about private citizens' rights. And so even to get into businesses there, they're looking at doing vaccine passports of a kind and allowing businesses to do that. And I know that that's up to the business, and I don't know that it's even a feasible thing, but if businesses are able to, if this COVID thing continues, able to get state and federal funding to keep themselves in the black, then they don't need customers to come in. But here in the local area, I know that we can't stand for that, and we won't. We will go into businesses that will take our business, and if they don't, then we have to have them walk. But I think that'll just hurt the mom and pop businesses that we have in our area. And so I would like the county commissioners to consider some sort of a resolution to help the area block some of these crazy mandates that the governor is putting into place and being pushed by some of these metro areas that I'm not sure how they can even get along up there with some of these crazy ideas. But anyway, that's my comment for today. I do want to pass along. I hope everybody has a great and wonderful Thanksgiving with family and friends this coming Thanksgiving. So anyway, thank you and appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, with that, I will close this public comment session of our meeting, and I will bring it back to the commission. You guys have anything you'd like to say or address, or?
Not at this time.
Okay. I do have something that I do want to address, and it goes to your point, Mr. Mays, is that we here in Montezuma County, I heard that on the news this morning that Jeffco, Arapahoe, Adams, and then possibly the city of Denver this afternoon are going to create their mandates. But that's within their own counties. And what I see right now is the governor, when he gave back control off of the executive orders, he said, you counties are going to control your counties just as what we've always done. So I think from this commission, and all, you guys can shake your head no, but I think we're gonna march forward just like we always have. COVID is here, it's real, and it's going to be here forever and ever. So we have to learn how to start living with this and continue going. So as far as mandates that we would imply, I don't think you're going to see any mandates from this commission, as Arapahoe, Adams, Jeffco, and Denver are putting into place right now. But they have a total different population, and that's for those people that run their counties, and they have that opportunity, and we have our opportunity here. And I will leave it at that. So we're going to go on with the meeting, and the next thing we have?
No mandates from this commission, and that's just me speaking, but.
Again, we've said this since 2020, is run your business, make the best decisions that you can for you and your business, and that's all we can do. Learn to live with it. It is here. It's a real virus, and it's going to have an effect on you one way or another, but take care of yourself and run your business. And that's kind of where we have to be.
And then, Commissioner, I just wanted to address Mr. Gill's comment. Certainly, the Constitution and more the Colorado statutory code says no unfunded state mandates. So the state can't impose requirements on the county, legal requirements, without putting funding forward to back those requirements. Now, obviously, in real life, with some things, that's more difficult than just as simple as that. But that's really what the statutory code says. And so we are not supposed to, we're not beholden to unfunded state mandates.
Can I piggyback on that a little bit?
And we fight those all the time. And I don't want to get into a huge discussion. I think it's something that we can take up later. I think they're valid questions. We are already putting some things together in writing that we will submit. Senate Bill 217, if you guys look that up, that's a huge mandate to our sheriff's department that has to be implemented and finished by 2023. So there are some things that we're dealing with that are still extremely difficult that we're trying to make happen. So anyway, with that,
Yes, 217.
I'm going to go on with our public services. And first off, we have Gina and Lori, but I
No
don't,
Gina.
it looks like no
Luann
Gina
and
today.
Lori.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Do you have the official one?
Yeah, having reviewed the record of proceedings, I so move that we adopt the minutes from September 28th, 2021 as written.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to accept the record of proceedings for the Board of Social Services for Tuesday, October 26, 2021. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then if you want to go to the payables.
Yep. I would also move that we approve the expenditures for September 2021.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's also been moved and seconded to accept the payables for the Montezuma County Department of Social Services made in the month of October in the amount of $2,299,155.61. All those in
I have
favor?
to amend that. That's the expenditures for October.
Correct. What did you say? I'm sorry.
I said September.
Okay. Well, I corrected it in the, it's October. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, ladies, is that all you have? Wow. How are things going? Good?
There's been kind of a press for foster homes. Have we gained any ground with that? Every venue you can find. Keep it up. Hopefully we'll find
What's the
something.
biggest hurdle? I think I asked you guys this last time, but is it really getting certified or what? Okay.
And I,
Well-
Commissioner, I have been in touch with Gina. I know that she's doing a lot of work to access every resource she can. I think she's even been corresponding with some of the folks at the state level to to try to get some ideas. And then Candy Shoup, the department's foster care coordinator, is really doing a lot. She's been very active in the community. I see emails that she sends out, and she's doing everything she can. So just based on communications I've had with the Department of Social Services, I think that they're really working hard to try to solve a problem that's not easy to solve.
I agree. Okay.
Thank you guys
Well,
for everything.
Thank you
do.
very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, the next we have, Veteran Services, Sarah.
Morning.
Good morning.
There, I think that's on. Okay. Let's see. So this month, monthly report looks actually kind of good, pretty good actually compared to last year, which is awesome. We're picking up numbers. We saw a total of 441 people through phone calls and appointments. So that's a positive there. Our financial report, we had a total expenditure of $65.15 and 11 cents for October. Office activities, appointments for October 2020. Keep in mind these are just people that actually step foot in the office. These don't include the telephone calls. 130. And this month, or October 2021 was 162. That's a increase of 32 people this month over 2020. New clients were 11. New client visitors year to date is 53. We had one home visit this month, and 8 new claims filed. I've been able to pull some financials. Please keep in mind this is not all inclusive. I just started this. It's one of those things we do in between claims. And we've been extremely busy with people. So I try to do this when I'm not helping people. So we've had from July to October, we've had 23 favorable decisions and 5 unfavorable. The new monthly payments are $22,841, which brings in an annual total of $274,095. Retro payments from those 23 favorable decisions was $163,555 and 23 cents. So in January, I'll bring November and December to you as well as a total for the year. So other than being really busy, it's been kind of a quiet month for October. Just been hunkering down and taking calls and seeing people and making sure our veterans okay. We've had a lot of sick veterans with different ailments, so we're checking in on them, making sure that they're good to go. So the parade went well. We had a huge turnout for the parade, bigger than previous years. So any questions?
I have none.
No.
The parade was
good job
great,
over
the
there.
breakfast was great. Yeah.
Yep. And I will report the Dolores schools had to postpone because they had several kids out positive for COVID on November 11th. They're going to do their program on December 8th. So that is coming up. They are going to continue with that. So that's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gosh, thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
You guys have a good Thanksgiving.
You too.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, next we have our transportation MOCO, Jennifer Morris. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so I sent you guys our increase for this year coming up. We have not done any increases for about 3 years. And even then, when we did it, it was like 50 cents a ride. So if you look, I've got our current fares. We're going up $1 for each segment. We're also adding Farmington. with Medicaid rides, with medical rides, because we've had a lot of people ask about it. So we thought we might as well just put that on there. Most of those rides will be medical, so that Medicaid will cover them. But if they don't, then we're going to charge $100, which we think is fair. You know, it's like Durango. We can't, excuse me, we only send one person to Durango every day because we just can't go back and forth. So I think that's going to be the Farmington thing. So I think that's fair. I think it's fair for us to go up a little bit in our prices. Still less than what we've got around, you know, other transportation we've got around here, so.
So when I read this, the question came to mind is how do you calculate it? Is it off of a mileage? Is it off of a cost per mile? I mean, how are we, because I know that fuel is killing us all right now.
Yeah. What my numbers do is they take hours that we use for our people, mileage, and expenditures. And I have it to where it calculates how much per mile that is and how much per hour. I don't have that with me, but I can bring that next time and show you what I do. So it shows us that, you know, we're just, I mean, it's pretty high with the gas prices, like you're saying. So we're just wanting to kind of compensate for a little bit of that. Most of what we do is Medicaid and the AAA grant, you know, that kind of stuff. But we do have some people that actually ride that are, we're actually picking up a lot of people that are paying for rides at this point. We also have cards that we give. It's a $30 card. We sell it, we give it for $25, so they save a little bit on their rides. And a lot of people do that, just, you know, that way they don't have to pay each time. So that's how we calculate this stuff, so. We're also planning on, any questions about that, I guess?
Where do you drop them off at? Or where's the stop?
In
Farmington, is it?
Just depends. It's like
specific,
Durango.
Or is it just like Durango?
Just like Durango, wherever they're
wanna
going.
go?
Mhm.
And the pickup is the same way?
Mhm.
They just
We just
hop on
pick
the
'em up.
bus, Gus,
Yeah,
wherever
it'll
you
work
are?
the same as Durango. We'll pick them up at their house or wherever they're at, and then wherever they're going in Farmington. So the hospital or medical, or, because we do have a lot of people, like I said, that are being, that are wanting to go to Farmington because they're being referred there versus Durango. So that's why we decided to add it. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. We are planning on being in the parade. We're going to decorate a bus for the Parade of Lights. We've never done it before. We've talked about it, but I think it'd be good to get it out there. We'll hand out flyers and candy, you know. But I think it'd be a good thing to do to get the word out there, you know, because we're still getting people that don't know we're out there. We are getting a lot of people, like I said, that are realizing it now and they're starting to ride. We did 560 rides last month, which is better than we have been doing. Not quite as good as, you know, 2019, but we're getting there. I also did hire another person. Well, we're going through the background checks and stuff right now, but he's worked for us before, so that'll be nice because he knows what he's doing. So we'll basically be at full staff at that point. So thank goodness. So we're really starting to pick up, and we're actually being able to open up spots so that we can, you know, help more people. So, but that's about it. The grant for the fixed route, as soon as I get it, I'll get it forwarded to you to get signed. And then I think we're going to be able to start those hopefully first of the year, getting the feasibility studies and stuff done. So, but I think that's all I have today. Any questions?
We need to approve these.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
That
So
has
the-
to be approved by
So the
vote.
increases, yeah, I think we have to, for the 2022.
I move we approve the fare increases for 2022.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the MoCo Transportation fare increases for 2022 in the amount displayed on the screen at this current time. And new will be adding Farmington to the fares. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Thank you.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Jonathan Parker, you are next with Senior Services.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning, John.
How is everyone?
Great.
Compared to what?
Good. We're doing good at the senior center. You know, of course, COVID is something we've talked about before we opened, and now we are opened. We're probably one of the most active centers. I'm not going to say the state, but certainly in the region we are. I know we are. We had a provider call 2 weeks ago. I think us and Dove Creek might be the only on-site centers open for on-site meals, so that's a plus. We've added more activities. Our on-site meal count runs about 15 on average daily, which is not the numbers before COVID, but certainly much, much better, and they're solid. It's a good core group. I do want to give kind of a couple shout outs, in particular to Laurel at the health department. Before we opened, you know, I looked at all of the guidances and the manuals and how do we open safely way back in April when we first opened. And, you know, I was on the phone every day with Laurel, and I'm still on once a week with her, you know, because the numbers have ticked up and being a senior center and whatnot, you know, and how to approach it. And we've been fortunate, I think, with safeguards, with people wanting to get out, wanting to associate with their peers and others, and getting social. I don't want to knock on wood, but it's so far so good. We talked about this either last commission meeting or 2 months ago about how we're going to push through, you know, even though the numbers may go up, and we've continued to do so. And I don't mean push through in an unsafe way. We did put some stricter protocol in, nothing that was invasive or intrusive or drove anyone away. Temperature checks, that sort of thing, hand sanitizer for seniors as they walk in. So those sorts of things. The annex, we've rented it a lot. So that's starting to come back, which is nice because that's a nice source of income for us. We've seen it used pretty heavily, actually, so that's good. You know, in just general, we're doing really well. Numbers are good. We've lost a few of our home delivered people just because they're afraid of any kind of association with a meal contact, but we do knock and drop. You know, there doesn't even have to be any contact, but we're just talking small numbers, 5 or 6. We're still averaging about 1,800 a month home delivered, still more than double pre-COVID. And so all the sites seem to be doing fairly well, staff as well. Tomorrow's a Thanksgiving dinner, or lunch, I should say. We did this 2 years ago where we invited the Dolores Center, the Mancus Center, and then ours, with the idea of just the seniors in the county to kind of come together. It was a big hit 2 years ago. Of course, last year we couldn't, so we'll have that tomorrow. We expect a good crowd, hoping for about 60 folks. So we'll do it in the annex. We'll have it spread out some distance, but yet close enough people can associate. And we'll do the same thing, temperature checks and hand sanitizer, but we think it'll turn out really nice. So overall, it's been, you know, pretty solid, pretty good. And, you know, I think if we keep on and pushing through and no issues or no outbreaks, you know, I think we'll get through this, and in spring and summer even be better. So overall, it's really good.
Okay. What time does it start?
It's 11:30. We did want people to sign up ahead of time, but we'll be okay with some walk-ins. But it's not going to be like the community Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas. Or
Right.
it's 11:30. 11:30. Come on.
Okay.
Yes, and not where you can come 12:30. You know, someone strolls in late, of course, but yeah,
Okay,
that's about it. Yeah.
all right.
And I guess one other shout out too, Gina on the work program. She did send us someone who's we think is going to turn out great, and maybe potentially, you know, make an offer down the road if she works out. So we know we've been short-staffed in our kitchen, one person, and we've had that ad ran forever. It just isn't going to happen. So we like this gal a lot, hard worker, some experience. So you know, so that's been a plus for us too. That's a win. So
Good.
overall, really good.
Good.
Thoughts, questions? Okay, no. Okay, appreciate it. Happy holidays or nice Thanksgiving for everybody. Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, unfinished business. I know, Shaq, we had a couple things that we were going to talk about after our workshop yesterday.
And the first of which was the Operation Graduation, waiving the fees for the fairgrounds.
So basically, what was asked of us yesterday by the Dolores High School Operation Graduation was to have their event like they did last year, and the fee for that facility and the kitchen would be
$275
and
with
then
both facilities
the
together.
facility. So basically, gentlemen, they're asking us to waive $275 for the Dolores.
In my opinion, it'd be better to eat that $275 from the fairground budget than expend equal dollars out of the coroner's budget for
Yep.
autopsies on kids, so.
So we need to make that decision today. What's your pleasure?
I would move that we let the Dolores graduation deal have the fairgrounds without any fees for their Operation Graduation.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to waive the fees for the Dolores Operation Graduation. And I don't remember the date, but I think he said May 16th, but whatever date that he has scheduled with Justin. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
That's all I have under unfinished business.
Okay, gentlemen, do you have anything?
I don't.
Okay. Well, then we're going to go on to our reports. Mr. McLaren, you are first.
Yeah, so the biggest thing that I have to report, we did get a request from an individual to make an appeal to the Zoning Board of Adjustment. That is contemplated in our land use code, and that Zoning Board of Adjustment, as far as I can tell, hasn't been utilized here in quite some time, if ever. I did look back through the minutes with Kim Purcell. We found a couple references to it, but never any indication that it was used. So we will need to get individuals appointed to that board. I think we discussed it yesterday a little bit in our workshop. We anticipate the BOCC will probably appoint themselves, but we would like to do that by ordinance. And so I will have an ordinance ready to go by our next commissioners meeting so we can get that done and get that individual before that Board of Adjustment. Other than that, it was a fairly busy week last week for some of our civil cases. We had some filings in the Road Y case that were due an answer, and then also had a filing in one of our planning and zoning cases. And so got those filings in. Other than that, not a lot to report. We're still waiting on an order in the Kinder Morgan case. Not sure when that's going to come through. It's been a long time coming, but I anticipate that that'll come through at some point, hopefully maybe before the end of the year. And so that's where we're at.
Okay. All right, thank you.
And James is not in this week.
James, yeah, I was going to say I thought he was gone, so we'll go by that. Shaq, we have your administrator's report.
I do. We have an opening for an alternate on the Fair Board, and Miss Mary Bromwell has sent in a letter of interest for the alternate position.
So you need an appointment?
Yes, of an alternate.
I move we appoint Mary Brumwell to the Fair Board.
I'll second it.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded to appoint Mary Bremwell to the alternate position on the Montezuma County Fair Board. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then we had a letter of interest to serve on the Areola Cemetery District as well. Swayze L. Ramage. And this would be a 3-year term. Or, sorry, a 6-year term.
They're in 6-year
I'm
terms.
sorry.
So I actually sent an email to the attorney on these. Do we advertise these at all so that, or is it just done through the cemetery districts?
So in the past, when they run out of people, we have advertised over and over and over and get 0 response.
I guess the real question is, do we have to advertise them?
There,
Or can we just accept?
we can accept, and we can really appoint anybody we want to appoint. And so that's up to you guys. There's no requirement that we advertise or put this out for advertisement.
Perfect.
Well, I would move that we appoint Swayze Ramage to a 6-year appointment to the Areola District Cemetery District.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to appoint Swayze Rummage to the aRezoning Cemetery District for a 6-year term. All those in favor?
Aye.
And I have nothing further for the commissioners other than to say to the public there will be no meetings next week as the commissioners will be at CCI. The budget was presented yesterday. It'll be online this afternoon, and the link will go out to the newspaper and Facebook and the radios and everybody else. You'll also be able to come in and examine it for yourself, and it'll be available online to view to make comments for the next 2 weeks. It'll be voted on December 7th. You can call the office to leave comments during regular business hours, 970-565-8317, or you can email our finance department at finance@co.montezuma.co.us.
Okay, thank you, Shaq.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Stevenson.
Well, no meetings this week. Was pretty busy on the phones and stuff. I know some of the decisions that we make here don't always set well with everyone, but we hope that you know that we are doing this in the best interest of Montezuma County and the people that we serve. Some things aren't always popular, but there is a greater outcome to some of the decisions that we make, so hope everyone understands some of that.
Have to echo that. It's been kind of a tough week looking at budgets. We're kind of not gambling, but taking a risk going out there. We're spending a little bit of our revenues and giving a little bit of a raise, and we'll see what sorts out over the next 12 months. Other than that, had a few messages, few phone calls, not many. Few people came in and just visited, which is always good. But go to Cortez City Council tonight, and that's about the end of it.
Okay, very good. You know, I would echo the same thing that Commissioner Stevenson and Lindsay said, and I will just move on from that. We actually was a great weekend. I did get a call from Commissioner Garcher from Dolores County on Friday, asked me to get to a scheduled Zoom meeting at 1 o'clock. He was supposed to send me the Zoom link. I never got the Zoom link, so I was unable to attend that. That meeting was actually talking about the NCA and some of the comments that we had sent in along with the DWCD, so I'll follow up with him on that. But I did not get to that meeting because I could not get the link. Went to the Dolores board meeting last night. A lot of the discussions they had were a couple of ordinances, first readings, and then they mostly went over their budget. Some of the issues or questions that they had on that will also be posted. Kind of a short meeting. There was no mayor and one trustee was missing, so it was only about an hour and 10-15 minutes. And we had our work session yesterday, which we had one presentation which we voted on previously for the Operation Graduation for Dolores. And with that, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Be safe and try not to overindulge. And with that, gentlemen, I will accept.
Motion to adjourn.
All right.
I'll second it.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to adjourn the County Commissioners meeting for November 23rd, 2021. All those in favor?
Aye.